Hello, hello. 3:09 in the morning here. Yes, tbcr here with yet another speedrun. And let me just tell you right now, this game is my jam because it's Marathon. It's my main speed game. I'm excited to actually do this. We're going to finish Durandal. I finished Durandal a lot of times already. But we're going to do it right now. And there is a 4.5 second load time before the run technically starts. We're going to be playing on Kindergarten. Yes, I know. Why aren't you doing it vid or Total Carnage? I don't want to be here for 7 hours. But yeah, let's get going. I'm going to push this button just so I can tell you when to start. So we're going to begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Marathon, it's a game. It has a plot. The plot is kind of all over the place, and I'm not going to really bore you with the details, but what I will bore you with is the objective types. There are kind of a lot of them. There's like rescue, there's like retrieval. Those don't matter in this run. The three that really matter are repair, the most common, extermination, thank goodness it's not the most common, and exploration. Exploration's not as, excuse me. Okay. Let's talk about repair. You can put chips in things. You can break things. That's a bit ironic. And you can flip switches, which means that Marathon truly takes place in a push-button age. Let's actually push the thing now. That's not the objective, but I just like pushing the button. That was the objective, though. We had to put 2 chips into 2 slots. Unlike the original game, we can't actually get around by only putting in one thing. We're now into the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Get ready for long-winded titles. This is an exploration level, and normally I would open up the secret here and pick up a fusion pistol, but you know what? I'm in the mood to not do that. So we're just gonna go to the end. Also, the objective, right in front of the terminal. Go figure. This is another exploration level. Charon doesn't make change. It's a bit more involved. We actually have to go a bit out of our way to it. So we got to read this terminal, go into this room that's slowly building with sewage. But that's fine. We're going to be out of it before. I have to walk into the lighted octagonal. It's a shape. Room to open up a wall. There's some terminals. And then we get to wait a bit. Observe the nice walls, the sewage. Yes, sewage can be pretty neat. Alright, gotta pick up some ammo. And since I picked up the assault rifle earlier, it makes this next level, the first extermination level, a bit easier because I don't have to deal with enemies to get to the assault rifle. What About Bob is the level title. I think that's a Bill Murray film, isn't it? I think it is. But we can skip most of the enemies. On Mac and PC, the original platform this was released for, you couldn't really do that because there was this weird behavior where if you got too far away from an enemy, they would despawn. So say you were to leave the enemies in the first 2 rooms in this basement area and then go back up. Well, congratulations, you've unintentionally soft-locked yourself. But this version doesn't have that issue, and I seem to have fell in the lava. Let's swim back up. We can just use literal bullets to swim back up. Because there's no such thing as hit scan in Marathon. Only bullets and projectiles. Even your fist is a projectile. Alright, so since the enemies won't despawn, they're all being charbroiled at the moment as we speak. And we're just gonna go and wake up everything. And then we can leave. But before I leave, I'm going to heal because there's a jump in about 2 levels that I'm going to need to do. And it's kind of important that I have a certain amount of health. As you can see, there are other humans, the Bobs. I don't like the Bobs. They get in the way. They shoot you accidentally. I mean, you know, they're just trying to shoot the 4. Unfortunately, I was just in the way. And now we're in a quite expansive level, but for some reason, the objective, the repair objective, is literally right next to the start. I don't get it either. But I take pleasure in the fact that I don't have to go out of my way to get to said objective, and we could just leave. Oh, I'm going to put my headphones on for this part. Sorry. Because we get to enjoy a nice Doppler effect as I do this jump to skip having to deal with basically anything. Oh, let me set that up a bit better. I'm going to hold primary. And then we're going to just jump all the way up. Because the physics are very, very weird.
Take us up.
And for some reason, those enemies don't wake up until I walk here. But that's fine. I'm just going to squeeze around this hunter here to read that terminal. And now we're done. Okay, now into phase 2 of the run. This is Ex Cathedra. It's based on, at least from what I've read on the Marathon story page and the spoiler guide, it's supposed to be based on or inspired by an actual building, like a temple or whatnot. In the game, it's supposed to be like a meditation center. And we pick up a chip. And where would you obviously put a chip? An electronic chip. In the water, obviously, in a well. I mean, where else would you put a chip? All right, so since I put that chip in, we're kind of under a time crunch. Because I need to heal and catch a lift before it starts going back up. And me getting caught twice there might be a bit bad. I'm going to heal the full ×2. You can go up to ×3 in the game. We won't see ×3 until I get to the alien ship levels, which are literally halfway through the game. All right, so just going to take a nice bounce here. Oh, that's pretty good. That's really good. Okay, nuke and pave, which is also the process that you do when you're making maps, because nuke the level and pave the level. All right, so I'm going to do a jump here. By the way, this jump is absolutely terrifying on Mac and PC because you have to do basically all your jumps on that version backwards. And we can do it nice and easy forwards here. That's why I like playing this version. We have a very short time frame for a donation if you want to do one.
All right, I'll just find a short one here then. Okay, this one's good. $50 from Anonymous saying, let's hit that 500,000. There you go, short and sweet.
Okay, doke. Now let's get curiouser and curiouser, because that's the level name. There's a particular pain point. I'm going to actually avoid it. So there's 3 panels we have to break, and so I don't have a nasty surprise on my way out. I'm actually going to kill these enemies before going in. Because I need to kind of keep as much of my ×2 health as I can. Because there is a nice jump I have to do in the next level. It's a very nice jump. You'll see it. Because it's right at the start. First, I'm going to break this last panel. And I have enough grenade ammo. Let's hover across this over here. You also have to do that backwards, and it's probably one of the most terrifying jumps in the Mac and PC version, in my opinion. But enough about that. Let's do that sick jump I just mentioned. So we're gonna go sideways. Oh, no! Okay, we're gonna have to restart. I was not careful on my AR. Okay, that's fine. I kind of expected that. So every death I take, I'm gonna donate $20, so that's at least $20 right there. Someone please keep track for me. But we got that jump that time. All right, let's get a bit careful. Now we're gonna do a nice jump over the lava. Reach over here, and I hit the switch so I don't have to take a swim on the way back. We have to go out of our way here because we can't do what's called warping, where you basically take a rocket or a grenade to the face and build up a lot of momentum to basically get to areas that you normally wouldn't be able to get to from where you stand. We have to play things mostly intended in this case, so I actually have to go out of my way to get that and open up the second half of the level. Let's see if I can get up here. I did. And what this is going to do is it's going to help me not wake up certain enemies so I can get out from where the objective is. And this is a good time to talk about 2.5D engines and how they can be very weird. The renderer in this is 3D, but in 2.5D games, well, particularly Marathon, if a switch is set as active behind a polygon that's like a column, you can still activate it. And yeah, we just completed the objective of repair by doing that. Again, we truly live in a push-button age where we can just phase through platforms and just hit things. Maybe we telekinetically activated it. I don't know. Do we have a lunch line? Nope, but I had a nice surprise there. All right. Onward to the hard stuff rules. Fun fact, open this map up in like Forge or Forte, which is a Mac OS, or they're both Mac OS, classic Mac OS map editors, and have a fun time looking at the map. And I think even Wayland. This map is just very, very layered. I took damage from lava and I wasn't even in the lava. That's fun. All right, so this is exploration. Luckily, the polygon that we need to touch is right at the very end. Oh, excuse moi. Thank you. And all we have to do is, and we're done with the level. Okay, so let's head to the end. Yeah, for some reason, the exploration polygon is outside the room that they want you to go to and not in the room that they want you to go to. But now we're going to have Bob's Big Date. This is, hopefully, if I do this right, going to be a pretty sick level with a thick cycle that I can basically skip up to the top. I might have to wait it out a bit. I wasn't expecting getting caught there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do the next best thing. I was hoping to beat the cycle, so as the water was just about to go down, I would breach the water, fire the AR, and basically grenade jump up to the exit area, which is right here. But we didn't do that, but that's fine. Okay, so this is 6,000 feet under. This map has 9 possible spawns, and we've actually got one of the best, one of the 2 bests, which allows us to then do this very absurd jump here, where, you know, but not as absurd as that. Anyway, we're at the halfway point already. 11 minutes in, we're already at the halfway point. All right, so let's get some ×3, and let's do a jump. Okay, we're done with the jump. That was thrilling, wasn't it? So this level is called If I Had a Rocket Launcher, I'd Make Somebody Pay. You may recognize that title as the name of a song by the musician Bruce Cockburn. Bungie likes to put a lot of references to media in their works. There's a level in Infinity that I think's named after a quote from the movie Carlito's Way. I think that's the name of the movie. All right, we have a bit of time for another donation. I need to wait for this door to open, then I gotta count to 8 seconds, so you have a bit of time.
Okay. First, may I say, by the way, you've become my favorite runner of all time, because anyone who references the movie What About Bob instantly becomes so. Here, I've got a donation, $25 from Crunch Prank, who says, "Hey, yo, buddy, it's awesome seeing you back once again at GDQ, and this time not running an awful game, ? Love you, man.
Me?
I know you'll kill it."
Me playing awful games, that's not possible. I play the good stuff. All right. So, in the meantime, during that level, you saw me do a jump up a corridor, or like a little lift thing. In Marathon 1, that's also a secret. And for some reason, we didn't use the wonderful innovation called looking at the map to determine that you could actually get closer to the exit and not have to swim in coolant. So yeah, that's what looking at the map does for you. Okay, so we are in Begging for Mercy Makes Me Angry. Oh, it makes me angry, but only on Total Carnage. So there are 8 rooms, there are 8 switches, there are 8 panels. We go into a room, we hit a switch, we break a panel. Rinse, repeat 7 more times, and then fun times. So let's do that now. So in the first room, I didn't fire a shot until I was actually in line with it. And I know the concept of sniping switches with a shotgun seems absurd, but just go with me here. It's actually kind of reliable. The spread's not too outrageous. I just realized I had 2 shotguns. Why am I not using both of them? Okay. Second and the 8th room are similar, and the 4th and the 6th room are similar. This room, since this level is low gravity, we can take the AR and basically just get ourselves back out. And continue on our way. Okay, done with 3, heading into 4. And you're about to find out if your television is... appreciates this game, because you're either going to be able to see what I'm doing or it's going to be completely fuchsia. But yeah, I usually wait about 7 presses of the A button, and then I go to swim out. I have to do like a weird uncomfortable controller grip to swim out of the coolant. I have to do it at least 2 more times in this level. Pray for me. Because I can't look at the controller while I'm doing it. This is the halfway point. If you wanted to get health, you could, but there would be an ambush if you did it. I normally don't do it. I found out that you can actually finish this level with just 2, at most times 2 health. And not have any significant issues. Okay, let's try it again. 7 presses, a very fuchsia screen for some people. And we're out, and there's my equivalency of the Big Blue Meanie. If you've played Pathways into Darkness, you might know what the Big Blue Meanie is, but that's my Big Blue Meanie. All right, number 7, dark humor. Funny. Okay, let's keep going. Waiting for an audio cue to make sure I hit the switch, because I can't tell if the switch was activated because of how fast the screen was updating damage. Oh, and I successfully sniped the panel to open up room 8. This one's fairly simple. I don't even have to do anything. Boom, we're done. Okay, let's go. One more panel. I need to make sure I'm actually on the floor of the inner donut of the level. Oh, please, excuse moi. Thank you. And we're done. Okay. I'm gonna punch that enemy. We're gonna wait about 15 seconds. Bobs are gonna spawn in. If they haven't spawned out by 15 seconds after they spawn in, there's gonna be more. Rinse, repeat, and you have time for another donation.
Okay, here is $5 from Iggy Zig saying, "Don't mind me, I'm just showing some love to my favorite Bungie series about a super soldier teaming up with a rogue AI to combat an aggressive alien race. That isn't Halo. The Marathon series holds deep sentimental value to me, and TBCR is able to show it off on the big stage. Good luck and have fun."
Oh, and the donation ended right as the level finished as well. That's some perfect timing there. But yeah, I find the early Mac era Bungie games to be like utterly fascinating. Like Myth, just, Bungie doing RTS games. Halo was originally supposed to be an RTS. Pathways into Darkness, despite being, more Wolfenstein-y, it's the RPG with first-person shooter elements. Oh, I was gonna hit that ledge. Remember when I mentioned earlier that everything, there's no such thing as hit scan in Marathon? Yeah, you can use the recoil from your pistol to cover distances that you might not normally be able to get if you weren't using or not firing a weapon. And if that sounds like the most absurd thought, then welcome to Marathon. A story that's a game that story is all over the place, and in my opinion is kind of funny. A lot of dark humor, but overall very nice gameplay. Not of the same variety as Doom's arcadey style, but I love objective style gameplay. I just think it's great. All right, so we're gonna do a hover in a second, and I need to line up just carefully, because if I don't, I'm gonna have to loop back over to here. So let's do that now. All right, and we're gonna try to get around these compilers. We got the single. We only got the single. Do we got the double? We got the double. Okay. I was hoping to get the triple, but that wasn't happening. All right, so let us go get a fusion pistol in this level. And the reason I'm getting the fusion pistol is it makes the next level very easier. Note the tone I had in my voice when I said that, because I'm going to make it quite clear. I hate this level. This is God Will Sort the Dead. It is the second of the 3 extermination levels, and in my opinion, Jason Jones is an absolute devilish mastermind for making this level. Casually, it's probably fun. As a speedrun, it is absolutely agony-inducing. Because you notice I'm shooting some mobs, and their blood is yellow. There's a reason for that, and you just saw why. I don't want them to get close to me, because it's going to be a bad time. And if you've noticed, I don't have a lot of health. I don't heal in this level at all. So yeah, this is a dread inducer. Luckily, I can kill a good portion of the enemies using that. Enjoy that nice surround sound. And that gets rid of one of the 2 worst sections. The worst section, in my opinion, is right here, because I have to go down this stairway very carefully and avoid the bobs. Thank goodness they cannot go up that. Get out of the way, Bob. Uh-oh. Okay. So we checked to see if there's any exploding bobs there. I checked 3 specific points. And I need to kill that hunter. Come on. Thank you. Physics are kind of backfiring on me right now. Again, very floaty. Now we can get into the final section that I'm going to actively try to kill enemies in. Oh, come on. Luckily, I know the positions of the enemies, more or less. This level is pretty consistent. The final extermination mission is basically the culmination of this and the other 2. Oh, this and the other one. So that one has way more green bobs, and it's really harder to determine what's what. Still, I know where they are. Come on. Good. If I were to have died as I was leaving that level, the game would have crashed, and it would have been a mercy kill at that point. That's a fun discovery we found out recently, but luckily I killed the ones on the left side. And I can get through the rest. I can get through it kind of safely. All right, so now we're on my own private Thermopylae. This is a repair mission, kind of like the side toward enemy where I flick those 2 computer terminals at the very end. This one is basically the same thing. In fact, all the repair missions more or less kind of follow the same vein. But in this level, I get to do a sick grenade jump that you can do both forwards and backwards, both on this version and the Xbox version. By the way, if you want to play the original Marathon games, they are Bungie has made them free to download and play, both the original macOS version, and you can get Aleph 1, which is a source port that has the games packed into them. And they finally added 60 FPS support for it. It's pretty good. But yeah. I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about. Oh yeah, the jump. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop for a second. We're gonna go over there, but we're over here. But we're not gonna walk around. We're just gonna alley-oop. There we go. Oof, my hands are actually getting sweaty from this, because this is actually a bit intense right now. I PB'd twice before the start of this run. I had a 33 at the beginning of the day, and now I'm down to a 32:05. I'm about 43 seconds off of the world record time held by Aperture Grills. That's a 31:19. So, yeah, this run's a bit intense for me. But now, I've seen Rambolic-y. I mean, with a game like this, you can't not be Rambolic-y. We're gonna kill our television. Not your television. Not my television, but the television implied in the level. Maybe. The level's called Kill Your Television, if you haven't figured it out yet. This level has a very special jump that is named after a very notable person in the GDQ mythology. And that person routed the first and second, mainly the first game, part of the second game. They submitted Marathon Infinity at SGDQ 2014, and that's like one of the few random things that I can remember. And that person is Blue Glass. So Blue Glass, yeah, routed the first 2 games and came up with a pretty sick jump in this game. And we've named the jump after him. Originally, the jump involved taking a rocket to the face. If you've noticed, I haven't used the rocket at all. I haven't even picked it up. Because we have modified the jump to use the assault rifle. In my opinion, I feel like this is the definitive version of the blue glass jump. So let's get to that now. I had to go out of my way here to activate one repair switch. But we are going to... Oh! I had a feeling. I had a feeling that was going to happen. This has not happened to me for maybe 3 years. First time in 3 years this has happened. And unironically, this is the slowest water in the entire game. I think it's there. Nope. Okay, I gotta wait a bit. You might have time for one more donation while I'm waiting for this.
Sounds good. Here is $5 from Flip Liquid saying, first time watching live, so I had to donate during TBCR's run to wish him speed and love. Thank you for GDQ for acting as my cure while having the coronavirus. Peace and love.
Oh, hope you get better with that. My family had a visit from Aunt Rona, so to speak, recently. And yeah, that was not fun. Okay, so let's do the blue glass jump. I need to burn a grenade, though, because I kind of need full grenades, or at least 3 to do this. So we're going to line up here. Primary fire. 3 grenades. I probably should have done one off to the side, but you know what? We're doing it live. We're doing it live. All right, let's pick up this flamethrower. We're not going to use it now. We're going to use about 2 levels. Not the next level, but 2 levels after that one. Okay, on to the final extermination level of the game. This is my probably one of my favorite levels. I don't like extermination as a game type or a mission type, but I love this level. There's just so much non-linearity. And I died. That's $40 right there. And I can't remember how many times it took me to hit the switch on the pool that I fell in later in the last level, but I'm going to figure that out, and that's $10 for every time I miss that switch. Or every time I fired a shot. So we are at least at $40 donations so far. But yeah, there's a lot of non-linearity to this level, and that's, in my opinion, that is quintessential marathon. Like, vast levels, a lot of ways you can tackle it. Oh, okay. I thought those were the explodey bobs until I actually saw them shoot things. Those are explodey bobs. There we go. But yeah, a lot of non-linearity on how to take it. And we can definitely be a bit crafty with this version, or this level. Case in point, we're not at it just yet. I need to kill some enemies, and I need to get a ×2. We could have gone down to the very bottom of the floor that I didn't go to because I went back up to the top level. But we can still wake up the enemies there by... Come on. Oh, there were 3 of them. We can just walk right here. Whoa, okay. But yeah, by doing that, you notice the radar at the bottom got very active. There's no zone border there, so we basically woke up all the enemies downstairs. So they're gonna do their thing while we finish the level. And then all the enemies should be dead by the time I get to the terminal again. Okay. So let's finish this up. I found a weird behavior with the charge pistol on this version where you can double fire. It still uses the exact same amount of ammo that's shooting twice, but it's like no cooldown between the first and second shot. Very interesting. It's hard to replicate though, but once I'm able to get that, I'm gonna see what I can use it with in the run. Definitely extermination missions. But now we need to beware of abandoned rental trucks because that's the name of the level. And I'm going to yet again senselessly snipe a switch using a shotgun because, as I would. And I got it. I'm just imagining like a shotgun with a sniper scope on it. I'm not going to get that thought out of my head. We're intentionally killing the cyborg here and not up here because if I fire the shotgun up there, it's actually going to wake up some enemies, and the less enemies I have to deal with in this ending section, the better. I have 2 spires, and I have to activate a switch in each of them. This is the actual objective of the level. And... oh, the enemies didn't spawn in. That window I just went by, in the Mac and PC version, you can accidentally clip through it and soft lock the game. So you have to take a death or, you know, reload. Because for some reason, it's just tall enough that you can go through it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is the luckiest I've been on that. Okay. And now a requiem for a cyborg. They're giving these aliens nice red cotton candy. For some reason, they're falling over when they eat it. Oh, no, that was a mistake. All right, we get the weight. You can do a donation while I'm having to wait to go up.
All right, I've got one here from Durandal 360 development team for $25 saying, the Freeverse team is excited to see your run. Frog Blast the Vent Core. Yeah, Freeverse.
This is a fantastic port. By the way, if you want to experience this port, it's currently $5 on Xbox Live, and I highly recommend it. Because you get the nice 60 FPS. They had it before the Aleph 1. You get the survival game mode. I mean, obviously achievements. And you get to enjoy the nice, in my opinion, the nice quality of life improvements that this port has over the original. The physics, in my opinion, are definitely a nice quality of life because it makes this run definitely more accessible, and the auto-saving after each level definitely makes it more accessible. Like, out of all the marathon games I've submitted, and I've submitted marathon games every GDQ, obviously including this one, this is probably the most accessible of the ones to get into if you wanted to learn any of the old Mac marathon games. Oh, yes, we're going to frog blast the vent core, but we'll do that a bit later, because we're on the 3rd to last level now. Oh, come on. And by the way, if you have any questions on how to, or on tips on how to speedrun the thing, we have the Marathon Runs Discord, which you can reach out to me if you want a link to. I'm usually available to answer any questions regarding. Like, I really love this series, and I really want to be like one of the big advocates on why it could be a very 6-speed game for some people, because, you know, Halo is the crown jewel of the Bungie speedruns, obviously. But I think Marathon and maybe Oni are a nice second. I mean, even Myth. I'm trying to learn all the Bungie games for speedrunning. That's gonna be fun because I'm gonna do all of them in one go. The mythical Bungie %, which will take me probably 13 hours. Ooh. Okay, so let's hold that thought for a second. I'm gonna save because this ending section actually has the possibility of me accidentally crashing the game from dying on teleporting out. So I'm going to take a save. That's the only save you're seeing from me. Come on. There we go. And we're just gonna hop over to here. And that explosion is why I was a bit worried, because there are a lot of exploding bobs near the end of that. Let's fill the noise. Because the level's called Fill the Noise. It's a nice, simple exploration level. The objectives at the end, those are my favorite types of exploration levels. But we have to do a bit of setup. I have to flip that switch. And if we were on Mac and PC, we would actually do a grenade jump right there and warp up to near the exit. Unfortunately, if we warp out of the map in this version, we fall and fall and fall. Because again, 3D renderer. So we actually have to play this a bit intended. We're still going to cut corners, obviously, since this is a speed run. Hey, come on. Alley-oop. Ooh. Okay. And let's see if we can get around this last cyborg of the game. Nope. Sad. But let's do it. Final level. Let's go. So I'm going to do... If you notice when I've been firing the grenade launcher, like over lava and whatnot, I've been kind of wiggling the controller. I found that for some reason lets you stay in the air just a slightly bit longer. But you don't look directly down when you do it. That's why. You just have a fun time and you lose almost half your health. Let's heal to at least... That's good. Okay. If I had a full clip, I could make it over here, actually. And I'm going to hit these 3 panels here. They'll help us get to near the end. This is basically repair. This is the objective. I'm going to hit that one just to help with timing. And that's going to start raising lava and open up the back half of the level. And we have one more chasm to cross, which is a pool of lava. Right here, and we see the juggernauts. We don't interact with the juggernauts. We pass go. We don't collect $200, but we still pass go into the last pit, and I'm going to caution the timekeeper to be ready because I'm going to kind of abruptly say it. So here we go. We're just going, we're going, and time. And if I did my math right, that should be a 35-35. Which is pretty good and actually on par with what I was expecting. So yeah. This is Marathon Durandal, and I'm tbcr, and seriously, this is an in-joke, but yeah, I highly recommend Durandal. I highly recommend finishing Durandal. It's a good game, and it's a good speed game. I don't really have much else to say other than to thank Aperture Grills and various people in the marathon, both the marathon community and the marathon speed community, for dealing with me, you know, practicing and having fun times with the certain levels that shall not be named. But yeah. I hope you have a good rest of the evening because it's 3:47 in the morning and I need to go to bed. So have a good night.
All right, rest well, TBCR, and thank you, though, for sharing with all of us the wonders of Marathon 2 Durandal. Really appreciate it, and we have so much love for that run here in the donation comments. Let me get around to a few that you all have sent in. $5 from the Kinsey. Good game, good port, good runner, good frog blasting of the vent core. See you, Starside. Jen donated $10. Some of my earliest memories are of sitting on my dad's lap while he played the Marathon trilogy. This series means a lot to me. Maybe I should learn to run it too? Good luck. I've got $50 here from TMSLFT saying, why am I awake right now? Oh, right, AGDQ. Good luck, TBCR. I'm not sure about that sewage, but I'm excited for this run. I've got Veer donating $50. I definitely used caps lock as my run key. Jack DP donated $25 saying TBCR's Alcatraz Prison Escape speedrun was one of our favorite speedruns from last AGDQ, and while we're happy to see him again this year. Good luck and keep up the good work. Continuing with your donations here, I've got $10 from Cam saying Frog Blast the Vent Core. And Sophie donating $5. TBCR does great commentary. $5 hype train to reach 500K. That's right, everyone. We are closing in on that tantalizing $500,000 donation total. Let's see. Let me check on something here. We've got under $16,000 until $500,000. We've got some big incentives open right now as well. We still need a little under $46,000 last I checked to unlock the Dahaka fight during Final Fantasy XIII Any% coming up later this morning. And we also have a little under $76,000 left to unlock the FF7 Remake Intergrade bonus game. It'll be an intermission normal any percent run. So let me see. Under 16K to $500,000, 46K for FF13 fight, 67K for FF7 Remake Intergrade. Now, I'm no rocket surgeon, but it looks to me like if we meet either of those two incentives, then we'll have raised over $500,000. So there you go. Get your donations in now. Put them toward an incentive when you're on the website, and we'll be able to see some more content coming up later on in the marathon. And now I'd like to take you all once again to the interview desk. We'll have ADEF speaking with a runner coming up a little bit later this morning. Omnigamer, take it away, please.
Hello, Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 online. I am ADEF, and I hope you're all enjoying this snug late night hour. There's truly nothing like a late night at AGDQ. So as I said, my name is Adef, and we are joined by Omnigamer, who will be running Metal Warriors very soon. Omni, it's good to see you. How are you?
Hi, pleasure. Good to see you too, Adef. Doing all right here in the GDQ studio, in fact.
Yes, we have a runner present as Omni is helping with tech stuff. So you're actually going to get to see what I guess is the equivalent of an in-person run right now.
Yeah, this might be our one special opportunity. Might be another one, but we'll see for this particular marathon, our one and only on-site.
You never know. You never know. So, Omni, let's talk a little bit about Metal Warriors. You've been running this game for more than 8 years now, from what I can tell. And with your current PB only being set like 3 months ago, you know, this journey has spanned many years. So I'm curious, what initially drew you to this game and what made you stick around?
Oh gosh, so this was this kind of goes back to the before times. So back in the days of SDA being the primary source for speedrunning content, and this was actually a game that I found another runner, Gia, had done a bunch of runs in I think 2008 or so. I was just going through, and it looked like a really swell game. At this point, I was kind of on my Super Nintendo, everything obscure but awesome kick, and it just kind of it spoke to me. This is just one of my types of games, and dove right in, found a bunch of stuff. There's actually an active competitive community because there is a competitive mode in this where you'd battle in 2 mechs against each other. And
nice.
In other parts of the world, that was very popular, and they found a bunch of glitches in that, and I found some videos related to that, incorporated in the run, and yeah, build on it from there.
That's awesome. It's always kind of like, it feels like that organic discovery process in the early days and, pulling from different sectors of the internet.
Oh, yeah.
So, Omni, like I said, you've been around speedrunning a long time. From giving a talk at Google and publishing a book on speedrunning to the Dragster 557, I think it's safe to say that, you've made your mark on the scene. So I'd love to hear about one of your newest projects. Tell us a little bit about GameVentures.org.
Oh, yeah. So Game Ventures is a company and a website that I just launched, and the entire plan of it is to try and organize campaigns for different things that are relevant not only to speedrunning but for other gaming aspects in general. We built it up as a way to crowdfund different awards for, in one of the most common cases is bounties. So getting that new milestone time, basically another way to incentivize it, as well as just a central location to go and peruse all of these so that people who might be looking to get into a new game or anything like that, they'd be able to see what's out there. And later on, we're hoping to expand it out to some of the other, I would say, lesser brought up aspects of speedrunning, at least on the streaming side of things, the ability to go through and request tools to be made. A lot of communities out there are smaller. They might not have somebody who's skilled at reverse engineering a game or going through putting together, say, a randomizer or even a translation pack. And we're hoping to eventually get to that point where we can set up these campaigns just through our site and then basically provide the end-to-end trust, so anybody can jump in, make it themselves, and join in with anything that's already out there.
Awesome. I mean, I adore this project, especially because, over the years in speedrunning, we have had these sort of like decentralized documents where people are like, I'll give this much money if this happens. So this is definitely a great step in the right direction. So now I got to ask you about the book. Please indulge me and tell all the people in the chat room about your book, what inspired you to write it, and where they can find it.
All right, so the book, this is Speedrun Science. I don't know if I'm framed correctly, but this was my project for about 4 years or so. And with the help of Fangamer, we were able to get through it. And right now, in fact, through the entirety of the marathon, any purchase of this book through Fangamer, you can, there's a quick link to it, speedrunscience.com. We'll just take you right to the product page. But for any purchase of the book throughout the entirety of the event, $10 of that purchase goes to PCF. So it's a good opportunity to support charity as well as get some nice fun reading. But the whole point of this book, too much light, it was to go through and kind of cover everything that is lesser known about what's going on. So there's a process that I go through when I'm working on a game, something that I developed I have an engineering background, a little bit of process related to that, and breaking down, okay, how do you start? What do you look for? How do you plan out a route? How do you actually go about practicing in the right way? And that's a lot of just how to actually perform a speed run. On the other side of things, there's a whole lot of kind of the meta questions. What actually makes up a speed run? How do you define a category in a way that's reasonable? When do you make allowances for accessibility versus trying to keep it in an original context? All of those things are important, and it's a good thing to just kind of have that discussion and go over it. And then the last thing, of course, is the actual history. How did we get to the point where we are now, compared to, well, the decades ago when people were just playing fast to have fun? Well, gosh, that makes it sound like we don't have fun now. But it's a very different time.
It's all business. All business.
It's a very different time when it's not necessarily going out to a stream or even getting recorded in the 80s and 90s. And there's been a great evolution along the way, so I'm happy to be able to capture that. So all of that in this book. There we go. That's my plug.
Speedrunning's historian, you might say. So, Omni, I know I speak for all of us here at AGDQ when I say I'm pumped to watch the Metal Warriors run in just a little bit here. And also Gamers, Speedrun Science, a long guide to short playthroughs is available now on Fangamer, like Omni said, with part of the profits going to support the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So check it out. Additionally, check out gameventures.org, which is quickly becoming the premier platform for promoting game challenges and just getting exciting stuff out there. So Omni, it's been a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much for your time. I've been ADEF and Gamers. AGDQ has so much left. Keep donating, keep watching. We'll be right back in just a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you for that interview. As I continue on here, I'll read some more donation comments, some love we've been getting for that marathon run just before the interview. We've got Sally Cat, who says, what a fun run on Marathon 2, worth staying up until 4 a.m. PFHOR 4. Thank you for the $5 there. And speaking of, okay, so I am not too well versed in marathon, but I will do my best to honor this one. Kersmush donated $50.07, saying, "Hi, donations team. I sure hope puns are still in vogue." When I saw that Marathon 2 was being run this year, it nearly made me do a spit take. This series was my absolute favorite growing up, so seeing it on the big screen makes me feel all warm and toasty inside. And I only wish you were doing the full trilogy so I could see you waste 'em all. I'm going to quit making these puns before I wear out my welcome, but I wanted to let you know that I certainly hope your marathon luck is the good kind, tbcr, and that we should all be happy to be making cancer be the one to be begging for mercy. Frog Blast the Vent Core. Thank you, Curse Much. Robot Spacer donated $50 saying it's always fun to see a Mac game at GDQ. Dark Castle for AGDQ 2023. Frosty Klondike donated $25. Good luck on the Marathon Map Project and Snap Cancer. Money goes to Runner's Pick. Enki Manas donated $5 saying, Marathon is my favorite game series of all time, and I'm so hyped to see it at GDQ, and being run way better than I ever thought it could be. See ya, Starside. MacMog also donated $25 saying, I had to donate during Marathon. Old school Mac gamers represent. All right, thank you all very much for that. But do I have a treat for you? It's time to move on to our next run. I'm pleased to introduce A-List Running Beast Wars Transformers. Take it away.